All right, let's apply this stuff to a story problem here. So we got a aquarium. They're making a new fish tank here. The exhibit will include a tank that has a rectangular prism. Okay, it's basically a big box. And it says that the length is twice the width and the volume is 420 feet cubed. What is the width of the tank to the nearest tenth of a foot? Okay, so we have the height. Okay, right there. The height right there is 3 feet. And then it says the length is twice the width. Okay, so the length is actually going to be 2 widths, and then we have the width right there. Okay, so we have the height of 3 feet, we have the length of 2 widths, and then the width of a single width. So I'm going to use those numbers into the volume formula. How do you find volume? You got to take length times width times height. So I have to take 2W, because that's what the length is. It says the length is 2 widths, and the width is just the width, and then the height is 3, okay? So if I gotta multiply these 3 things, it's gotta equal the volume. So I'm gonna go ahead and multiply these 3 things. Take U times U times U. Let's see, how do I multiply big kids and little kids, or variables and numbers? 2 times 3 is 6, okay? And then a W times a W is a W squared, okay? That's multiplied all together. Now they did give me the volume. The volume they gave me from the beginning was 420. Okay, nice. So 400, wow, slow down, brain. 420, excuse me, I was getting ahead of myself. 420. Okay, let's solve for W. Divide by 6, divide by 6. A W squared is going to equal 420 divided by 6, which I think is 70 at the top of my head. Go away, I don't like you. Okay, 420 divided by 6 is indeed 70. Okay, now, when you solve these, you square root, okay? But it says, if you look at the section, it says choosing reasonable answers. So like I said before, when you square root this, you're going to have a plus and minus square root of 70. Well, can you really have a negative distance? No. So only the positive square root will make sense. Okay, so let's find the square root of 70 to the nearest tenth of the foot. Square root 70, nearest tenth. So I would say about 4. I rounded already. 8.4. Okay, I round to 0.4. So I would say the width is about 8.4. Okay. Now if you needed the length, you could also find the length, because if the width is 8.4, the length is 2 of those. So I'm going to go and finish this thing off. The width is about 8.4. If you doubled that, this thing should be about 16.8 then. Okay, just double it. Okay, if W is this, then 2W would be about that. Okay, all done, friends. Again, line them all up. Multiply, create the problem, solve the problem. Remember, in real life, we can only use positive answers. You can't have negative 8 feet for a width of a fish tank in real life. And then just do math. That's about it. I mean, these are pretty easy to set up. Don't think too hard. Okay, see you in class.